To start, if you haven't already done so, install either the Adobe Illustrator app for mobile or the Illustrator driver for desktop, which is recommended, from your App Store or the Adobe website. At this point, you're going to need to log into your Adobe account or make one through their website. Once you've done so, you'll be on the home page. First off, you're going to need a canvas to work on. There should be a little page icon with a plus on it. That is the Create New File button. Click on it and choose whatever size works for you or create your own. Now you have your first file. Yay! Now what's a canvas without anything on it, right? So how about you learn some tools? One of the first tools that allows you to draw on your canvas is the pen tool. This is a pretty basic tool. By the way, just about all Illustrator tools on the bar on your left-hand side have shortcuts to easily select it or switch between tools. The shortcut for the pen tool is just pressing the key P. The pen tool makes straight line segments that make connection points wherever you click. You can change the trajectory of the line by clicking in a different direction. It's almost like connecting the dots, but as you click to make a dot, the line appears. Another cool thing about lines made by the pen tool is that you can curve and distort them. You can press and hold one of the plotted points and drag it down while holding with your mouse, and it will change the curve of the line. Another way to do this is using the curve tool. While clicking and dragging on the point changes the curve based on the anchor point, if you use the curve tool, the shortcut for it is Shift+C. You can select anywhere on the line between two anchor points and curve it that way. This is good for really precise curves that don't affect other line segments. Moving on, if you're trying to make a design that has a lot of different curves that link together and are more fluid, you can use the curvature tool. This tool is different from the curve tool because it plots points like the pen tool does, but instead of straight lines, it can follow a path with curves and make rounded edges. You can also select an anchor point and drag it to move it and change the shape of your line. To change the fill and stroke of shapes, go to the Properties, Swatches, or Color window and select the squares. The hollow square is the stroke and the solid square is the fill. To switch between fill and stroke, click the square you want to alter the color of or press X. Illustrator has a range of additional tools and functions, but we'll just go over a few starting with the Type tool. To use the Type tool, click T or select the Type tool from the toolbar. The font color, font size, and settings can be changed in the Character panel or the Properties panel. The Shape Builder tool, which can be selected with the keyboard shortcut Shift-M, can be used to combine multiple shapes that overlap. In order to use this tool, you must first select all of the shapes you want to merge at once by selecting and holding down Shift. Then you simply drag across the shapes to combine them. If you want to remove a part of an overlapping shape with this tool, click the part you want to remove while holding down the Option key. One of the most important functions in Illustrator is the Save tool. You can save your document using Command-S on Mac or Control-S on PC. The first time you do this, you'll have to pick a name and place for the file, but the next time you won't have to do that. Once you press Save and OK, your progress has officially been saved. You should save every 20 minutes or so because Illustrator does not autosave by default. Illustrator also has layers that can be accessed in a Layers panel. They can be used to section off your artwork or simply organize the shapes in your work. Every artist uses layers differently. You can see the list of shapes or paths in them by clicking on the arrow next to the layer. Layers can be locked so they can't be edited by clicking the blank space between the colored bar and the eye symbol. The colored bar represents what color your selections will be when you're working on this layer, and the selection color and layer name can be changed by double-clicking on the blank space next to the layer name. These eye icons right next to your layers are also available for you to hide specific layers. Next, let's talk about common obstacles in troubleshooting. Illustrator is a deep program. Whenever you can't find a tool or function, it's best to go up to the Help menu at the top. If you ever want to select an entire shape to move it or copy it and only part of it is being altered, you're probably using the wrong selection tool. Press V to use the selection tool to select entire objects. Press A to use the direct selection tool and select specific points or parts of a path. Sometimes beginners also accidentally enter isolation mode, which allows you to view one shape or layer at a time. In order to exit this mode if you accidentally enter it, press Escape repeatedly until you're reset to your original view. Also, if you can't select something on your layer, make sure your selected layer or object isn't locked. Thanks for watching our Adobe Illustrator tutorial, and we hope it helped you understand the basics of this program.